So one thing I noticed just now doing a quick video about how far I hit my clubs, I got into the longer clubs. I really started to feel this type of motion where my body was kind of chasing my arms, really out of sync. I really want to feel the body leading it. So one thing I kind of felt just off camera, and the reason I hit record just to see this, is if I get a little bit more engaged with the legs from the top of the swing, it kind of helps me sync it up. And I think what I was thinking was, what are some realistic swing thoughts for the golf course? I'm working on a ton of stuff with my swing, you know, sequencing stuff, backswing stuff, really great drills Larry's given me, but coming into the season, when I go to the course, what's something simple I can actually apply on the golf course? What's a swing thought that isn't too technical? And that's what led me to sort of experiment a bit with, okay, well, what if I just think squatting motion, you know, really simple, especially with the longer clubs. Will that help me get a little bit more body first and arms passive? So I just want to play around with that a bit. I've obviously got driver because driver exposes it, and just see if I can work on the sequence a bit, see how it feels. Yeah, that really helps quite a bit. So I feel that even being a little bit kind of tired in the morning, I really get armsy. And if I'm not thinking legs, I think I'm gonna get into some terrible habits. And a lot of the time I go to the first tee, I kind of have to steer the first few shots in the round. Kind of steer one off the first tee, steer one into the green, hopefully make a par, and then I kind of warm into it a bit. But I wonder if I can go to the first tee with a better thought to engage the legs a bit more. It's realistic, it's simple, and it also kind of helps the sequencing. I wonder if that might be something I can actually apply this season. Because so far it's feeling really, really good. I don't know that I'm doing an amazing job with my legs versus a normal swing, but even just slightly better motion, even just thinking about it a little bit, has really kind of straightened out that flight. It's made me strike the ball a little bit more center than I was off camera just now, and really control the club face quite a bit better. So that's one where I felt really early with the arms. Legs were catching up, was way too late. I mean, it's not the worst drive in the world, but you can see the face gets shut because the arms are way ahead of the motion. Shut to the path, not shut to the target. So that kind of felt like this. Arms are probably already here by the time my body started actually getting into the ground a bit. So this next swing, I'm gonna feel it earlier. I gotta feel, honestly, should try to feel the squatting motion near the top of my backswing, not even wait till the downswing. That was a crap strike, but that was a much better motion, better feeling sequence. And this will be something I want to work with Larry on, is getting back on the ground force plates. We didn't want to push our luck because it's easier to do with the iron, but I think for the purposes of sequence, not clubhead speed, I might want to get back on the force plates just to get some feedback about how I'm pushing into the ground, because I can really see how much easier it is to square the face up and hit good drives when I actually use my legs. And again, there I've literally tried to feel like my legs squatted into the ground before I even got to the top of my swing. Wasn't the best strike, which is why I was kind of knuckly. I probably got the wrong tee height here, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to worry about it. The session is more for sequencing than worrying about anything else. That's really interesting. So you guys, if you can, give me some feedback. Maybe comment what swing, you know, timestamp it. Obviously, you can just throw in the timestamp of when you saw a swing that you think looked the best sequence with the legs. Let me know what you think. I'd like to watch this back myself. Maybe I'll give you what my guess is. I think that one was probably one of the best, but you guys let me know what you think, and I'm going to hit a few more. And these are feeling a lot better. It wasn't the best rep there, but if that's going to be my miss, you know, a little bit of a pull, I can live with that. That was really good. Ignore the ball flight there. I knuckled it for some reason, but that sequence felt really good. Yeah, these feel really nice. My legs, using my legs. Okay. I'm gonna hit a few 7-irons to finish. That sequence is feeling really good. I'm curious if I'm applying it decently in the driver and I'm getting the results I really wanna see. We'd love to see what it does with the irons, because you guys would have seen a video I just did about how far my clubs are carrying at the moment. And what I noticed is longer irons, I really started to get tentative. I started to get very arms dominant, and I think it was affecting my yardages. So I'm just gonna take an iron here and see if I can apply the same principle. Use the legs to squat into the ground before I even get to the top of the swing for more of that motion versus what I've been doing, which is kind of one of those motions. And again, let me know which one of these swings you think I apply it the best on. Take me a couple coming from old Autoflex into the irons. Project X does not autoflex for me. I mean, there's so much more speed on this. That's quite interesting. Again, I'm not trying to hit my irons further, but just a quick, 10, 15 swings focusing on leg motion and squatting motion. It was a 195-yard 7-iron. And I wasn't trying hard. I was trying hard, but not on swinging fast. I was trying hard to push into the ground. It's crazy how much more speed came out of that without really any extra effort. So that one is probably the worst rep with the iron. Hands and arms felt ahead of the body. Gives me that kind of pull draw. Easy for me to tell that that wasn't the best. Try to focus a bit more on this one. Much better. A lot more legs on that one. It's quite cool. I mean, 134 miles an hour for a 7-iron ball speed is high for me, very, very high. I mean, that would be a 141 mile an hour 6-iron potentially. So again, I'm not looking to hit my irons further. That's not why I'm doing this, but it's really cool to see how much better my face control is, how much better my ball flight, my start lines, all that kind of stuff are when I get this as my first motion versus that as my first motion and then catch up. So again, guys, this is super simple. It's not stuff I haven't said before, but I like to do these sessions because they're eye-opening for me. I'm a little rusty today. I kind of felt like I couldn't hit all that many great shots. There's a bit of pressure on the swing, which is great. When I come in to film, it kind of simulates game time for me because there's a bit of pressure. I want to perform well, for the videos. So it exposes faults in my swing really quickly, which is great. So coming in today, I had some other thoughts in mind. Do I want to work on my shoulder, down and around to neutralize my path? I mean, that stuff's great, but the sequence of the swing, what parts of your body are leading the swing, are really going to be what breaks the barrier for you in consistency. Because for me, when I get on the course, I will eventually start hitting some loose shots, or I'll start off with loose shots. Whereas if you get a bit more body leading, I think you'll see that you're a lot more consistent. So super simple one. I think great consistency drill. You can see there's more speed in it if that's what you're looking for, which most people are. Let me know what you thought. Timestamp swings that you thought were particularly good. Maybe I'll post the best ones on Instagram or something, but cool to get some feedback. And this is just really what I'm working on, and hopefully it helps you guys.